Good evening and welcome to the Third and Long podcast. It is Thursday night. It is, 10 days before Christmas now. And our gift for me and Shane is no 49ers chat on the podcast at all tonight. Well, maybe a little bit.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Yes, we have been saved of 49er fans.
For this week.
That. Oh, yes.
Well, we've got to pay tribute to our comrades. Baby Hope is out on the PISS. Tat. And my old buddy, Mr. Perrins, is a little under the weather. Everyone's going through it this time of year. You know, get some chicken soup down there, get your head down. We hope to see you back Monday, boy.
Yeah, so unfortunately there's no Trent Dilfer play your cards right type thing. which is a shame. But yeah, so Mr. Perrins has got indeterminate flu, as I call it. Which is a shame. And Mr. Hope is on his works do. There's a lovely photo of him that he put up on our group chat of him in his full graduation gown the other day, which was quite cool.
Yeah, sure. And it was at Wembley Stadium. I was very, very impressed with that.
Pretty cool. That is so cool. Let's roll on. Use the right mouse to use the right laptop. That has been known to help. Let's roll on about. Please give us a follow with all the socials below. Our catch of the week is up on Twitter, so please drop us a vote on that one. We're not going to show the videos on here anymore. I'm just going to fire them straight onto Twitter. Get them out earlier so it gets all that done. But let's roll on to Monday Night Football. And Mac Jones starting to feel what every other Patriot fan is feeling like about now with his Matt Patricia. Go away. Shut up. Go away. I won't show the other video that's shown because it is blatantly him telling into Patricia to F off.
It's funny. Mac Jones doing that is my impression of people playing Christmas music at the end of November.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Monday Night Football, I am going to talk about it. It is my team. I am happy.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Our defense, yet again, has stood up. Our defense is brilliant. We are the only team that have two players in the top 10 of sacks. Uche and Matt Judon got 24.5 sacks between the two of them this season. Our defense is superb. We scored 20 points. No, we didn't. 20 points on offense. Again, defense scored another touchdown as well. We are now leading the NFL in points on takeaways. Our defense has stood out yet again. Mac Jones did get picked, and it is his first pick in 6 games, but his arm got hit as he was releasing. Can't be helped about that. The worrying thing is was Devontae Parker. And Devontae Parker's come out very unhappy with the NFL about this. So if you don't know, caught the reception from Mac. It was about a 15-yard reception. Hit his head on the turf as he came down. Clearly, you can tell on the pitch when they went into him, his eyes was not in his head. They were all over the place. And the officials on the field didn't stop the game, didn't go. He got up. You could tell he was not right. He then got into, it was a quick play. There was no huddle play. They were in a quick offense. He then got into where he was meant to be, but you could tell he was swaying. His body was over the place. It took Nelson Aguilar and Mac at the time to go, stop the game, look. And if it wasn't for Arizona throwing the challenge on the catch, that snap would have gone off. The NFLPA are looking into it. The NFL are looking into it as well. But stuff like this needs to stop. And Mr. Hope is saying good evening.
Here he is, Lark. All right, bye. Enjoying your night. Not too drunk yet.
Not too drunk yet, no. But yeah, it's worrying that, especially we saw what Tua happened with Tua. We've seen
Yeah.
Other players are blatantly concussed, and like 3 or 4 games, got 3 or 4 plays in the game later on, have gone out of the game through a head injury, and it's like this is starting to become a bit of a worrying trend now, and it's something that's got to stop.
As I've said before, but I think I've said before on the pod, I don't think they're going to change any rules until something happens, and then it's too late.
Yeah, we are lucky that Tua didn't get really badly injured. We are lucky that Traylon Burks was able to walk off his own steam from last week. But yeah, going back to Monday Night Football, I've seen a lot of things going, oh, only the Cardinals, you could go into Cardinals and lose, blah, 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 blah. You can only beat what's in front of you. Patriots played incredibly well. I mean, incredibly well often. You had 2 rookie running backs. Pierre Strong was the 4th round pick, and Kevin Harris was the 6th round pick. They scored 2 touchdowns between the 2 of them. They rushed over 100 yards between the 2 of them. Mondre Steven doesn't look too bad. He looks like he could be back. He's probably not going to be there for Raiders, but he could be back Christmas Eve game. It's Bengals. But it is next man up in Patriots thing, and it's always that way. I mean, we've lost Damian Harris is out. Ramondre's out. It's looking quite good. As John said, serious injuries have been a recurring theme this year, from fake turf to concussion protocols. Yeah,
100%.
Going to injuries. Kyler Murray's injury. Let's remember that Arizona is natural turf, natural grass, and his knee went on that. And you're going to get all the things, oh, he hasn't done enough conditioning and blah, 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 blah. Let's not forget, 3 weeks ago, this is only his 2nd game back from his hamstring injury. Hamstrings attached to your knee, attached to your ACLs and all that. I'm thinking that his hamstring wasn't quite strong enough to support his knee. Your knee, there's a lot of muscles around your knee and a lot of ligaments. And if one's not as strong, it puts a lot of pressure on the others. And I think that's what's caused it. His hamstring hasn't fully recovered and he's not fully at strength. Ping! Goes his ACL, which is a shame. I've seen this today, floating around today, which is actually quite cool. I love seeing this. Was DeAndre Hopkins and Belichick having a really chat, really like having a full-on, you would almost call it a bromance, full-on loving with each other. And there's like all the thing going, oh, he's going to be traded to the Patriots next year. I would love that. Give Max some weapons.
Oh, yes.
Give Max some weapons, get him some O-line protection, and then let's see what that kid can do, and then you can go from there.
I'm a big fan of D-Hop. I have been for a while since he was at the Texans. He is one of the best receivers in this league, and anybody would be lucky to have him. It's just a shame he's wasting his career in Arizona at the moment. I'll quickly say something about this game as well. Kyler Murray's season's over now. That's it. I think Cardinal season as a whole is also over. They're 4-9. They are not getting anywhere near the playoffs. I think your lot done well, and you said you can only beat what's in front of you. Don't take any game for granted in this league. Look at the amount of shocks that we've seen this season.
Yeah.
Look at the amount of shocks. It puts the World Cup to shame. And the fact that I've got a soft spot for one of your players, the rookie running back Kevin Harris. That's my dad's name, so I'm quite always smirk.
He's not your dad, is he?
I should hope not.
That'd be impressive if he was.
I'll ask your girl when we go off air, shall I? But I'm always going to smirk when I see him doing well now.
Well, let's put DeAndre Hopkins in perspective. He missed the first 6 games of the season.
He did.
So they are now 9-4, so he's played 13 games. So in 7 games, he is 33rd most target or 33rd most receptions in the NFL, 56. He's 33rd most yards in the NFL with 653. He's missed a third of the season. Well, 13 games. He's missed half of the games. And he's already probably beating majority of the wide receivers in this league.
He's probably had more receptions than all the Ravens wideouts combined.
Although he did have a really stupid fumble on Monday morning, But
it happens to the best of us. But
it happens. Yeah, exactly that. So it's It's fine. It is what it is. We will go from there. Right. Let's roll on to Mr. Heisman Trophy winner of 2022, Caleb Williams. Sorry, I have got a little video of him here, which I've put together. The sophomore has won the Heisman Trophy. The yardage is ridiculously good this year. He is 4,000 yards, 4,075 yards, 37 touchdowns. He's rushed 448 yards with 3 touchdowns. I mean, look at this guy. I mean, pocket presence, you said off air, is superb. Yeah. He reminds me a lot of Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes in his strength and his movement. You said about another quarterback in one of the other plays, which is a little bit later on in the video. This guy's awesome.
Like I said, but everyone who watches the pod knows that I don't know a lot about college football, and hands up, that is 100% true. But from what I've read and what I've seen of Caleb Williams, he looks like one hell of a talent. He can't come into the league until 2024, and I think whoever manages to pick him is going to have a hell of a talent on their hands. Just look at him scrambling now. I'll say he reminds me of obviously LJ. The fact that he can use what's around him, use his environment, use his legs if there's nothing open for him. He looks absolutely incredible. He threw that pass into double coverage like it was nothing. Fantastic. Something.
He had both feet off the ground and he was across his body.
Yeah.
It's a high risk throw, but he's got it. And the throws I've seen, he throws a beautiful spiral, tight spiral. Yeah, he is a sophomore, so he's got to play in the college for one more year before he can enter the NFL. I've done a bit of research into this. There is a couple of NFL quarterbacks. I noticed Tom was watching it. I don't know if he still is now. That are going to free agency. Kirk Cousins is one of them.
Yes.
And Matt Ryan is going into another one. So Matt Ryan's probably going to retire because he's going to be 40.
Yeah.
So we'll scrap that one. Obviously, there's a load of permutations. People might get injured. People might get released. Blah, 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 blah. Imagine him, Caleb Williams, going to Minnesota. With that offense that they've got already.
That offense. I think the only thing they are missing is a quarterback of one that's consistent, as opposed to Kirk Cousins, who is the epitome of hot and cold, But I genuinely think that Davis Mills will be watching his back, because I think he might even take the Texans starting job.
So, I mean, the likelihood is Texas are probably going to take Bryce Young this year. So it's quite a good story that the last 2 seasons in the college football, so this season and last season, it's been won by a guy that has not gone into the NFL in the following year. So Bryce Young won it last year, didn't enter the NFL this year. Caleb Williams won it this year, can't enter the NFL until 2024. So John's asked, will Cousins get free agency if he wins Minnesota Super Bowl? That is a brilliant question, to be fair. I would say no. I reckon if he gets them to the Super Bowl, he's doing a good job this year. I'm not going to lie. But he's a bit... Which Kirk are we getting again today?
Like I say, he's hot and cold, but I think if you win the Super Bowl, they're going to want to keep as much of that team as possible. Like when the Bucks won the Super Bowl fairly recently, they're going to want to sign as many pieces of that team back as possible to go for another run. And I genuinely think that he'll still be there if they win the Lombardi.
Yeah, all day long. Excuse me. Staying on the college theme, Drew Brees has signed with Purdue to be assistant coach, which this was a bit strange. I mean, it is a temporary role, which is interesting. I don't quite get it. He's going to be going against LSU, which in the Citrus Bowl, which is where pretty much most New Orleans fans' college team is. Is this like kind of a two fingers up to New Orleans?
I like I said, you asked me about college football, but I'm gonna go with yes. But what I will say about it is he was a hell of a talent in the NFL. He was a great quarterback, a great leader. So I think any team to have him as part of the coaching staff, I think that's an asset from his experience and the fact that he's seen it all and done it all. He's going to be a great offensive mind, then a quarterback mind for any organization that he's a part of.
Oh, great. That experience and that understanding of the game, second nature. I mean, the quarterbacks in that are going to be. Got Drew Brees coaching us. Oh, wow. Kelly's been a bit brutal. Let's be real. They're not going to win the Super Bowl. I mean, we all know Kelly's not the Vikings' biggest fan. And Tom says, John says we've got to give Tom some love, some hope. Yeah, that's true. There's a minuscule hope. But yeah, I mean, going back to Caleb Williams, this lad is going to be a top 5 pick. It doesn't matter who is that top 5, and they've got like superstar franchise quarterback already. The likelihood is, you've got this young lad. He's going to be on a rookie contract. He's going to, he's going to free up a lot of free agency money or a lot of salary cap going forward. Can't wait to see him in the NFL. Cannot wait. Let's roll on to a bit more of last week's football. As I said, Catch the Week competition is up on Twitter, ready to go for it. There is catches from...
Just to make anybody who don't already know, our Twitter handle is for the podcast is at 3RD and LongPod UK, just to make everybody aware.
Apparently, John's daughter's a Vikings fan.
Oh, John, good for her.
Oh, John, you're a Raiders fan. You've not taught her well. I'm saying that I've got a Chargers fan and a Chiefs fan, so I'm, as a son.
It's the wrong purple team, but we can't have everything, can we?
And Kelly's daughter's a Lions fan. So we've got on the catches of the week, we've got catches from Noah Brown, we've got catches from Zay Jones, got a defensive catch from Patrick Queen, and a helmet catch from the Titans tight end. And do not ask me to pronounce his name because I've been trying all day. And can I pronounce it? Can I heck?
It's a Conquo. There you go.
There we go. Awesome. Awesome. So let's roll on to players of the week. Let's start with Mr. Phil. We are going to give the 49ers a little bit of love. A little bit. Because, he's chosen some kid as a player. It's fine. But to be fair to Brock Purdy, and I said this on Monday's show, he is a good quarterback. He is a really good quarterback. And I think he is probably, if it's between him and Lance next season at this rate, I would take Brock as a starter.
It's not a bad shout, Bud, considering Trey Lance is just going to be coming off a massive injury.
Yeah, exactly. Ollie Hope has taken Evan Ingram. I've been waiting for this bloke to do this for years, in New York. And New York fans are probably going, well, why didn't he do that for us? 11 from 15 receptions for 162 yards and a couple of TDs. It was a really, really good performance. And plus, we've been waiting for this kind of Evan Ingram performance for a long time. Yes, he's been set back with injuries and all that. He's missed a couple of big chunks of injuries. I think he missed the whole season with ACL a couple of years ago. This is what he needs. This is what the Jags need, a genuine target alongside Kirk. Zay Jones, big target. Shano, let's give you a load of love. Go on then, mate.
Yes, please. Thank you very much. I'm going to take a leaf out of Mr. Perrin's and Mr. Hope's book this week. And I'm taking Calais Campbell. I'm taking one of my own for a change. He was crowned the AFC Special Teams Player of the Week as well. And he also blocked the have been the game-winning kick for the Steelers for the Ravens on Sunday, and I think he's having a decent season as well. I don't think he gets enough love for the fact that he's 36 years of age. He's playing with players a lot younger, a lot quicker, but like the fact that he's got 5.5 sacks and 2 forced fumbles as well. So I think he's been consistent and consistently good. So like the fact, I'm picking Calais Campbell as my player of the week.
I didn't realize he was voted special teams of the week.
He was, yeah.
I like Calais Campbell. I liked him when he was in Jacksonville. Head screwed on, no, just plays football. Never. He's one of these players you don't hear anything about. Just gets on with life. Fair play. Which one of your lots in the Walter Payton?
Chuck Clark.
Cool.
I think then. Chuck Clark.
I've gone another Jags player to have some love. So his rookie year, he had, let's put it that way, a head coach who didn't really want to be a head coach. He's more interested in getting lap dances off teenagers.
Right. Okay. No
than anything else. Had all that things, kicked his kicker and stuff like that. Turbulent year. No rookie quarterback is going to thrive like that. And now I think we are starting to see what Trevor Lawrence can do. He is having a year that a rookie would be having last year. So he's a year behind his development, I think. But he's producing numbers. He was 30 from 42 attempts on Sunday. 368 yards with 3 TDs, and he rushed for 1 as well. He is looking like the first round pick that they want. Get him a couple more years under Doug Peterson. Then they'll put him into his 5th-year option. You could see something special out of this guy. And then, as Mr. Perrin said, he'll probably end up in the Bay. Because I think that's where they want him. Or Green Bay or something like that.
I like the fact, even though we're like 15 weeks into the season, I like the coaching appointment of Doug Peterson. He's a no-nonsense coach who's been around the league a while, and he's a decent coach as well. Not like that clown show that they had last year, that circus that they had last year, you know?
Talking about coaches who like going for it. When we do our end of year awards, I think I'm really tempted to put Dan Campbell as my coach of the year nomination.
I like Dan Campbell.
I was watching his press conference afterwards, and with Penny Sewell had the Penny Sewell in motion. And he had the 3rd and 7 or 4th and 7 the reception. Yeah. He was distracted by something else, and his offense caller going, "We're going to get Penny in motion. We're going to play it to him." And Dan was like, yeah, not paying fully attention. And he looked at the pitch going, "Who was that?" And then realised it was Penny Sewell. He goes, "What's he doing?" But to be fair to the big guy, he made it across the first down marker and then fell over. He was like, yes, I wish I put this video because that was a brilliant bit of play from Penny Sewell, and I love that one. I know I talked about it on Monday night, but I saw the video earlier on and I thought, yeah, fair play.
But it does make you think by having someone like that who can move the chains if needed. It adds an extra offensive weapon if you just need to get 1 yard on a run play or something like that. Nobby and Fatty, he's going to take a lot of stopping power not to get 1 yard.
Oh god, I mean, he needed like 5 or 6, but yeah, I mean, even having emotion, you're not expecting. Well, there goes the big guy. He's moving him. We don't worry about bothering. They're not going to throw it to him. They throw it to him, and by that time it's too late. Fair plays. I've enjoyed watching the Lions this year. And I had said something. We didn't put Kirk in. He went for 425 yards. We didn't put Jared Goff in. He went for over 300 yards. Without a couple of touchdowns. We didn't go for JJ. He went for 225 yards and had a 70-yard touchdown scrubbed off because he stepped out of bounds. Yeah,
but we picked JJ to do something that he's done something well every week, don't we? Nice to have a bit of variety.
Oh yeah, it's nice. It's nice to have something different about things.
He's an incredible player. We all know this. You could read stats off every week about him.
Oh, every week he's doing something different. I mean, he's now overtaken Randy Moss for the most receptions for a Viking in the first 3 years.
Wow.
Yeah, he's most yardage for Vikings in the first 3 years, and he's got so many stats now, so many records for Vikings within the first 3 years, and most of them are taken from Randy Moss. So that means in a few years' time he'll end up in Patriots via Las Vegas.
That's called wishful thinking.
We could all hope.
Wishful thinking.
God, imagine doing it like that. Justin Jefferson doing the gritty or making Bill Belichick do the gritty. That'd be brilliant. Would you like to do all of week 15, or shall we do predictions first?
Well, apparently, somehow, me and Mr. Perrins are neck and neck in the predictions race. I couldn't believe it when you told me. I couldn't believe it.
Oh yes.
Happy about it. Not happy about it. I'm not happy with dropping a lead. That's why I can never be a dog walker for a living. I'm always dropping a lead.
Hey, love it.
Come on, Emma.
So yeah, Shane and Phil are both on 34 correct answers out of 56. I'm literally one back on 33, and Ollie is literally trying to kind of grab onto our coattails. John's gone beginner's luck.
I don't know what you're going to call it next season then, John.
Hey, I'm defending champion, mate. Hey, and I'm still there or thereabouts. Ollie's on 24. So I've got the 49ers guys. They've already given me theirs in. We'll say last week though. Ollie was the only one who got 4 out of 4.
Wow, okay.
He kind of needs a lot of those 4 out of 4s to get anywhere near us, mind you. But and then us. The rest of us got. Well, me and Phil got 3. You only got 2. Bills and Niners. But it is what it is. It's quite nice. There's 3 of us literally there or thereabouts. So this week's games are, for predictions, are Detroit against New York Jets. Tennessee against LA Chargers. Now, Tennessee's game is Derrick Henry's 100th game for Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
I saw that literally before we came on air. I was like, oh, I didn't realize that. And then we got the big AFC East divisional matchup, Miami against Buffalo, and the NFC East massive matchup of New York Giants against Washington. There is. I've put whenever I pick these predictions, I always go right. It is. Let's have the ones I got the closest record. I mean, last week was really, really difficult because it was either teams with big winning records against teams with big losing records.
Yeah.
This week's a little bit more tricky. John said 4 tough games of predictions this week. Yes, mate.
100%.
Always got to try and get tough games for predictions. That's the whole idea. Shano, you are technically leading the way.
Goal difference.
So she's kept her own tally and she's got 32 right so far.
Yeah, so the same goes for everybody else. If you want to play at home, you could have played at home. Maybe start next season now.
I do have all of John and Kelly's predictions written down, and I can just pop through the videos when I write, so I can just tick them all off. Right.
Right then, Bad.
Let's go with Detroit against New York, mate.
It's going to be a tough one, because as John said, the games we picked this week are not exactly bankers. I think I'm going to go with Detroit. There's a good feeling in Detroit at the moment. Whoever rolls into town, they'll give them a game. They're not going to roll over and die like they used to. So I'm going to go Detroit for this one.
Yeah, I mean, Detroit are 6-7. They've won 6 out of the last 7 games. They are rolling at the moment. New York are seen to have stalled at the moment. So yeah,
undecided who they want in the center, and they've got 3 fit quarterbacks. They can't decide who they want to have as a starter, and can you imagine what that does for the stability of the team?
So Mike White's obviously a bit injured. Zach Milf Hunter Wilson has been told he is backup now. He will be given a backup, so he will be dressed. Because the last couple of weeks he's not been dressed. He's been sat there really upset. So yeah, interesting. Tennessee against LA Chargers.
You just forgot about the third quarterback in New York, the Super Bowl winning Mr. Joe Cool himself. So yeah, they said right. Yeah, so I'm going to go with Detroit with that one. Titans and Chargers, as you said about Henry's 100th game.
Yep.
I'm going to go with the Titans in that one. I think they are very much hot and cold at the moment, but I think they've got enough to get past the Chargers.
Yeah, that very beaten up Chargers defense. Yeah. Now the two East matchups.
Ooh, okay. This one could go either way. You know, this is pretty much a coin flip. Washington. That's just completely that's completely at random because I think Saquon's gone off the boil. Yeah, Saquon's gone off the boil. Danny Dimes, Danny Derp, whatever you want to call him, you can't rely on him to have a good game and to basically lead a game-winning drive. I don't think so. Yeah, I'm gonna go Washington.
Yeah,
and go on.
Sorry, carry on. No, carry on.
No, I just move on to the next one. But if you've got any analysis on this one, please go right now.
Yeah, I was just going to bring up some Saquon Barkley stats actually because it's quite interesting. So his last 5 games have all been under 100 yards rushing. Correspondence that Danny Dimes hasn't quite been the same because the rush game opens up the passing game and vice versa. They do go like hand in hand, like marriage, you know. So Saquon Barkley has gone 22, 39, 63 against Washington and 28 yards rushing the last 5 games. They've not won a game in the last 4 games. Sorry, 4 games. I can't count. They've not won a game in the last 4.
As you mentioned, marriage, you know, as they say, love is grand, but divorce is 100 grand. You know, and it's a fact that I think the Giants are sort of on their way out now. I think Daboll's had his day in the sun. And I think the fact that I think Washington are going to win it. And isn't Chase Young back any day now?
He is meant to be back at some point. I have no idea when. They keep going. Well, he's off IR because they've had to release him off IR because otherwise he won't be able to play for the rest of the season. Season will be done. Scrolling through there's nothing on there. And obviously, Washington have got a lot of stuff going on. A lot of problems going on. Carson Wentz is back off IR as well. He is being told he is back up. So, yeah. Miami against Buffalo.
Dolphins, Bills. This will be a huge matchup, as it was earlier in the season. You know, they both. I'd say with the offenses, you're pretty much 1 and 3 in the whole league with the Chiefs in the middle.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's just going to be one of those shootout games. It's going to be a case of grab your popcorn, grab your box of cans, beers, wine, whatever, and enjoy yourself an hour of fantastically offensive and defensive football. Another one of those games you can't really pick a winner because the Bills have been off the boil, haven't they? They haven't been as good as we know they can play. Same with the Dolphins. But they're both capable of putting on a show. So I'm gonna go Bills. Go on, I'm gonna go Bills, I think.
So we have 2 clean sweep games.
Okay.
Detroit to beat New York. We've all gone for Lions. Okay. We've all gone Buffalo to beat Miami. Now, the reason I've gone Buffalo to beat Miami play in a very, very warm climate.
Yes.
Yes. A very, very cold Buffalo where there is expecting 7 inches of snow. I've just seen what John's gone. John's gone 4 draws. Yes, love that one. And Kelly has gone Lions, Titans, Commanders, and Bills. So
good choice, Kel.
I am going to put a bet on those 4 fitting draws now and see if they come in because that would be brilliant. But he has gone Lions playing well, Jets wobbly. Obviously, this is a Jets win.
Yeah. The way
To be fair, pretty much right. Yeah, I just think New York. There's a lot of stuff going on. But, I don't know what it is about New York that they're just not playing very well at the minute. So I've gone for the Lions on that one. Same as Ollie and same as Phil. Most of us have gone for Tennessee. John has gone 100th game. 100th game for Henry will be flops. Flops map. I'm guessing Chargers win, so he's gone for Chargers on that one. Phil is the only one to gone for Chargers on that one. I've gone for Tennessee. The interview that I saw, Derrick Henry played it off. It's the end of the game. It is what it is. I'm just going to go.
That's what they all say, but they know, for a fact it's in their head. For a fact it's in their mind, because football players, as it is with, I think, human beings in general, are ego-driven. You want to show that he's done a good job in front of millions and millions of people, and I can imagine there's probably a financial incentive in there for him as well.
Oh, all day long. Derrick Henry, I mean, his last two games have been quiet as well. I mean, his rushing yards, I say that, he was 121 yards against Jacksonville, but then it's been 30, 38, 87, 53. He's not been rushing that well. And Tennessee have lost the last three on the bounce, admittedly against Cincinnati and Philadelphia, against Jacksonville. So I have gone Tennessee to win this one. Like I said, Phil's the only one who's gone for LA on this one. New York against Washington. They had a tie 2 weeks ago. 2020 or tie in 2 weeks ago. If a certain number 99 Chase Young is back, this could be a really, really interesting game, and I do think Washington just have enough to edge it this week. New York have got to find a way to get Barkley back over 100 yards rushing, just to open up that team.
Yeah, and if people do... Go on, sorry.
No, sorry, come on. No, that's fine.
And if people do want to actually watch this game live, it is on Sky a Sunday night, Monday morning, 1:20.
Yeah, there is a lot of games on Sky this weekend. We'll go to that in a minute. Every press conference I've seen of Mike McDaniel, he's had a question going, how are you preparing to play for the cold? And his answer's gone, the same we do for every game. Answer one question, do you think the Buffalo players go for a holiday in Buffalo? No. They go elsewhere. They go home. And he's basically gone, it's a mind over matter thing. Your quarterback is from Hawaii, for crying out loud. Bradley Chubb spent the last 3 years, admittedly, in
Denver.
4 years in Denver. So he's got used to playing cold, mile high. Cheetah has played most of his career, if not all of his career, in Kansas. That's not exactly one place. Your head coach, though, has been offensive coordinator and spent most of his coaching career in the Southwest, in the Bay Area. Yeah. I've chosen Buffalo, along with pretty much everyone else, including John. He's gone too cold in Buffalo for the Finns, so Bills win. And he's also gone... Barkley being quite quiet, so this will be a comeback game and shoot out with Dotson. Giants win.
Jahan Dotson.
Yeah, I mean, Jahan Dotson has been a bit quiet the last couple of weeks. It's just strange. I would normally do this week in football, but we haven't got our teacher.
Oh, we miss our buddy. Because we ain't going to do that, then what I will do really quickly, if that's okay with you, Mr. Beach. I'm just going to run down quickly the games that are on Sky this week. So tonight we've got the 49ers and the Seahawks. That's 1:15 tonight, tomorrow morning.
Yep.
We've actually got a slate of 3 games on Saturday from 6 o'clock on Sky Sports NFL. The Colts and the Vikings are on first, followed by the Ravens whooping some Cleveland Brown candy ass at 9:30. And then the aforementioned shootout between the Dolphins and the Bills is 1:15 Saturday night, Sunday morning. And then Sunday, we've got the Lions and the Jets game on at 6, which I think will be, well, as we've mentioned, will be a very interesting game. And then after that, then it is Joe Burrow and company roll into Tampa to face the Bucks and Brady at 9:25 then on Sunday night. And of course, there's always Red Zone from 6 o'clock if you want those covered anyway.
Jono, I could not give it justice, mate. I could not do that justice.
That's my buddy's gimmick.
And
I can't do it.
this week in football, I sound like a deranged Murray Walker when I do it, mate. God rest his soul.
Yes.
There is a lot of really good games. There's a lot of permutations that could ping up on this week. I did put it on our Twitter feed the other day. There's playoff permutations, so let me just bring that one up. I was meant to load it onto the pictures, but I forgot because I was a brat. So, this week, we could have the Chiefs clinching the AFC West with a win or the Chargers lose. Chiefs 10-3, Texans against Texans 1-11-1. So if they win, Chargers are playing for literally a playoff place after that one. Bills can clinch a playoff berth with a win over the Dolphins. Our aforementioned buddies, who are unfortunate, will clinch the NFC West. That's the 49ers if they beat the Seahawks on Sunday. No, tonight. Sorry. Cowboys would also clinch a playoff berth with a win or Seattle lose and Washington or Detroit lose. It's amazing that Detroit are still in this run. Still in the playoff hunt. So late in the game. Screen's just gone off. And Vikings will clinch the NFC North with a win or Lions loss on Sunday. There is quite a lot of permutations. I love it when you get this end of the season and you get all these permutations picking up. I love that kind of thing. It's like when you get to the end of the season, so-and-so will win the Premier League if so-and-so loses and stuff like that. I love permutations. It's great. You know, you're there with your abacus trying to check everything. There are some really good games. Massive matchup, like we said on Monday, with the Baltimore history against Cleveland.
Yeah.
That's a massive game tomorrow. Not tomorrow, Saturday. Obviously, that's a big game for you. Obviously, we got the Miami game. Anything else that pounces out at you, Mr. Harris?
Like I said, I think the Lions and the Jets game will be interesting. You know, and because as you've said, I think we're all on the show. We've all got a soft spot for Dan Campbell's bunch. So I think we all kind of keep an eye out for the game every week. And the fact that the Jets are sort of, you know, middle of the road, you know, as bad as they historically are, but they're also not as good as they could be. I think this will be an interesting game. One thing I can say, though, if you want me to do this week in football, I have just pulled up some interesting facts. Don't get me wrong, I'm not taking my Betty spot as first gimmick. First gimmick completely. I'm not even doing the voice, right?
I was gonna do. It was gonna be play your Dilf right or something like that, wasn't it? This week it was gonna do or something like that.
You got to make do with my dulcet Valley's tones.
We'll just go through the games. Obviously, I'm quite glad that we've been flexed from a stupid o'clock game to a 9:05 game.
Yeah,
that's great to see. I don't think it's going to be an easy pushover for Philadelphia against Chicago. Justin Fields is a year behind Jalen Hurts, and he's having that leap. Justin Fields having a massive leap, and he could cause a bit of trouble. Saying that, Miles Sanders is third in rushing yardages this year in all running backs.
I've never rated him, see. I don't know why. I just haven't. Miles Sanders. Same with Austin Eckler. Just don't see it.
Atlanta against New Orleans. That's going to be a good game. NFC West.
Is it?
Yeah, AFC West matchup. Obviously, Bucks are somehow still in the lead in that conference, in that division. I have no idea why. It's basically if you win, you've still got a chance in it. If you're out, I think you're going to be out of contention then.
Yeah.
That's massive. That's a massive one on that one. I wish they put I know it's America for sort of 1 p.m. game, but I wish they switched it around. I had Miami at 1 o'clock and the more boring game at like 1:30 in the morning UK time, personally, because I think Miami Buffalo is going to be a Buffalo steamroll. I really do that, but yeah, I'm I reckon that's going to be a great game, and if we could stay for that one, that'd be absolutely superb. I love that one.
It's very interesting to see how Tua copes in the cold. Like you said before, the fact that he is from Hawaii, like we've also experienced a bit of a cold snap in our the woods recently, right? I've said recently that this temp. I know I've been cold in my life. Years ago, you get hot and cold in winter, summer, a lot, but for some reason, I've never felt cold like you this time, and I can't imagine how it affects gripping the football or tackling someone and sort of bringing them down. I think the cold will affect, and then you also don't know. I mean, you warm up, but you're not going to stay sort of. If what was snowing on Sunday, the weather's going to make a big difference to that game.
Yeah, it's going to be massive, massive. Albeit wit, I have no idea what that means.
Oh, cheers, John. He's trying to speak Welsh.
Have you put that into Google Translate, John? What's it mean?
Yeah,
What's it mean?
Please do. I only done Welsh for a short course in school.
Yeah, I mean it was what -10 still at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock this morning. It was ridiculously cold.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, we have snow here and everything stops. Snow in America. Yeah, let's carry on. We'll even play sports. Buffalo are going to be. Where are you from? Of course, John's Welsh.
Well, I'm going to say Caerphilly way, so south. Okay. About 20 minutes from Cardiff.
Yeah. So I got my other half from Welsh. We've got Shane Welsh, and we've got John O'Welsh.
Yeah, and the thing is, before I moved to Bristol, I lived in the same village as Kelly.
Yeah, I know, it's scary. That is really strange. I'm looking forward to Arizona, Denver. I mean, that's going to be a toilet bowl. Yeah, and then Cincinnati. Yeah, Cincinnati are going to actually steamroll Tampa as well. Go on then. Let's hear your This Week in Football.
Okay, right then. So what we have December the 16th. This week in football. In 1945, the Cleveland Rams beat the Washington Redskins 15-14 for the NFL championship. The Cleveland Rams. I know, I never heard that before in my life.
Wow.
Okay, and 1973, Naked Gun's very own O.J. Simpson of the Buffalo Bills rushes for 200 yards in a 34-14 victory over the New York Jets and sets an NFL record with 2,003 yards rushing for the season.
Obviously, O.J. Simpson has his issues. That's probably the best way to put it.
Yeah.
That guy, I mean, I've seen videos of him. I've seen clips of him. He was a hell of a player. Such a good player. Big, strong running back. Wow. Derrick Henry-esque style running back. Such a good player.
And since this is the only time that I'll probably be doing this, I'm going to make it relatable to myself. 2013, the greatest kicker to ever kick a ball in the NFL, makes 6 field goals, including a 61-yarder in the final minute to give the Ravens an 18-16 win over the Detroit Lions.
That was, I remember him. That they were going on about him being his breakout game, as per se. Yeah, I remember, wow, Justin Tucker's just done this, blah, 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 blah. And then the next week, pretty much around the NFL was going about how good this guy is, how big this leg is. And they were saying, he's kicked from 80 or 70 odd yards, and, it's all that. I've seen him practice clips of kicking from 70 yards. It's like, 70 yards?
I was going to say, when you saw them play the Pats, did you see him warming up?
Oh yeah, we saw bits of him warming up. I mean, it was easily kicking it from the halfway line, and it looked like a chip shot to him. It was ridiculous. I mean, I was more concentrating on the guys in red there, not the purple lot on that end.
Yeah, fair point.
But yeah, I mean, watching him kick it is like, wow. It was like, quite lucky because we got Nick Folk that game, who is one of the most consistent kickers in the league.
Yeah.
And then you've got Justin Tucker on the other side, who's probably the greatest kicker of all time in the NFL. It was like, these two are absolutely brilliant. So Jono's 10 minutes down the road from you. And
I know. Oh, man, I know the run there.
Small world.
Yes, it is, but yes, it is indeed.
Oh, yes. Let me just go like that and go like that. Right. It has come to the end of our show. It's just been me and him tonight. It's been great.
I've enjoyed it. Do you know what? Wait, have a minute. Can you hear that? Ollie, can you hear that? I can't hear it. Can you hear it?
No, I'm waiting to hear some 49ers tears on Monday. That's gonna be great.
It's gonna be fun. Early Christmas present, Alexander.
It will be saying that. Oh, they're saying that they are obviously playing tonight against Seattle.
Yeah.
In Seattle, which is one of the loudest fans in the world. When they came to Wembley a few years ago, it sounded like there was easily 90,000 NFL, Seahawks fans over there. There was about 12,000. Ridiculously loud. The 12 are so loud. Kelly liked that one. I do. The Seattle fans. They travel in numbers. They make so much noise. They are brilliant. It's them and the Raider fans from watching other NFL teams. Them and the Raiders fans are like second in the NFL to me, behind us Pats fans. They make so much noise. They travel in numbers. They are superb. Fair play to them. Absolutely love that one.
Before we go, do you want to do a quick fire of the games that we haven't mentioned yet?
Yeah.
Right. So I'll start then. We didn't mention the Cowboys and Jags.
Ooh. So my boss is a Cowboys fan.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it, and I didn't put this in my prediction thing, but I have gone. I did say I do fancy the Jags to take you. I don't know. There's something about the Cowboys at the moment that are a bit stuttery.
All right, yeah. That's a good shout. And then, yeah, I don't disagree with it. Chiefs and Texans.
That's easy.
Come on. It's going to be a one-sided beating, and Patrick Mahomes is going to be swinging the hammer.
That's if Kelsey can catch a bloody ball.
Yeah. Eagles and Bears you've mentioned. Steelers, Panthers.
This is a coin toss, not toin toss. That's another tricky one. I think Panthers might just do it. Banana skin.
Yeah.
Kelly's gone banana skins for Chiefs. We won't tell Noah that then, Kelly.
No, we said that last week about the Texans and the Browns, and the Browns. Well, yeah. Yeah, I think the Panthers are on a bit of a resurgence with Sam Darnold under center now. Yeah. So, hopefully they'll do us a favor.
Oh yes.
Cardinals, Broncos.
Colt McCoy against Denver's backup, who I don't even know who Denver's backup is.
Do you know who I feel sorry for in that game?
The fans.
The fans. Yeah. I'm going to go quickly. Just quickly. I'm going to go Cardinals.
Yeah.
Your lot against John's lot.
Sorry, John.
Be nice now.
Sorry, John. Oh, thank you. Oh, we've got another bot on it. I can go. Oh, that was close.
Oh,
stop putting comments in.
That's not close.
Stop putting comments in. I can't even hide it now.
It's all right, but we've all seen it now. It's old news. Titans chart. No, Titans chart. We've done Rams. Packers.
There was a load of other comments coming in. It just kept pushing up. I think I clicked on the wrong one.
Very quickly, then we can knock it on the head. Rams Packers Monday night. What do you reckon? Baker Mayfield having 10 days with Sean McVay, but going out to a cold Lambeau. Yeah, it's going to be Green Bay. I think there's something about Green Bay. They've turned the corner. I think a bit now. Yeah, I think that's all from me, unless I can make an impromptu announcement as well. No other news been broken as of yet, so we're okay.
It get broken in about 20 minutes, knowing all that.
I was going to say, yeah, so we're back Monday 8:30, as everyone knows, and I'm thinking Christmas jumper day Monday, but
I'm up for Christmas jumper day Monday. I've got Christmas jumper day tomorrow at work as well.
Let's do it. If you want to send me pictures into the comment sections to see what you've got, it'd be greatly appreciated.
We'll definitely put them up. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining in. Thank you for all the wonderful comments. We will see you again Monday, 8:30, live on Facebook, YouTube, and it will be up on Spotify tomorrow at 8:30 in the morning. Stay safe, all.
Cheers, guys. Have a good one.